Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So today is now day 5 of Summerween. I've been vlogging every day of Summerween. I will link the first 2 Summerween vlogs in the description so you can get caught up. But all you really need to know from that last vlog is that I'm currently reading Briar Dark by S.A. Harrion. This is a book about a group of people who are going on like an expedition to study this glacier. And in order to get there, they have to pass through the Dead's Witch wilderness, where very strange, mysterious things are happening inside this forest. They discover a corpse hanging from one of the trees. Their satellite phones stop working. Suddenly, their maps aren't lining up with their location. And then that dead body just like vanishes. And then we're also following this other character who works in IT, and he recovers this hard drive with all of these old files on it of those people on this expedition who went missing. So he is trying to piece together what possibly happened and where all these people went to. I am about 100 pages into it and I am really enjoying it. I said this in the other vlogs, but it really reminds me of like the Blair Witch Project and The Ritual, which are 2 movies that I love. And it has this sort of like cosmic horror vibe to it that is just like my favorite. So I'm really enjoying this. Hopefully gonna finish this one up today. So I am gonna go make some coffee and take Loki on a little morning walk. And by walk, I mean stumbling around in my backyard with my crutches. And then we will pick this back up and try to read like a good chunk of it, and I will update you with my thoughts. But like I said, so far I'm really loving it. Also, here's my outfit of the day plus my slippers. This is one of my favorite dresses, but I have not been able to fit into it in a long time. So I'm very happy it fits me again, right in time for me to wear it this summer. To show you guys, yesterday I got this pillow from HomeGoods. These types of pillows are my like absolute favorites. I have like 7 of them. I have them in every single room of my house: bedroom, office, living room. I even have some at my parents' house, so when I go over there I have one. They're just so comfortable, and I feel like I can't sit anywhere without one now. But I found this one at HomeGoods that matches the color of my duvet cover better than the gray one that I had on here, and it's bigger. I feel like this is like the ultimate. And now it's really hard for me to get out of bed. I'm like, Riley, you should go hang out in the office or the living room. No, I just want to be right here with my little chair pillow. I always call them chair pillows. I think they have a different name. I think they're like bed rest pillows or something, but like I've just always called them chair pillows. I don't know. I love them. Okay, so I am taking a little break from reading Briar Dark. I'm still enjoying it, but I wanted to save the end of the book for when it is nighttime and dark outside, and it's still pretty early in the day right now. So I am switching over to reading Carmela, which this is the version that has been edited by Carmen Machado. So she's edited parts of the book. This is like one of the original vampire stories. It is about a lesbian vampire, but the author, Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu, was homophobic, so it's very like anti-lesbian. So Carmen Machado, who is a lesbian author, has re-edited this and added a lot of annotations in it, footnotes, and different like historical context and stuff like that. So I read the introduction that was written by Carmen Machado, and it's very interesting because I think that the introduction is a part of the book and a part of the fiction. I think that the introduction is fictional, but it's being presented as if it's real. So basically in the introduction, she says that Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu wrote Carmela based on like real people. Then recently, new like letters and documents were uncovered that sort of shows that he was like mischaracterizing the relationship between Laura and Carmela, the vampire. But I think that's all fake. she's writing the introduction as if that's real, but I think it's not. I think it's part of the fiction because I was doing a lot of Googling of like the names and the research things that she mentioned in the introduction, and like nothing comes up. I think it's interesting because I feel like a lot of people might read this introduction and think that this, like, she's telling the truth, because like I said, it's really written as if this is true, but I kind of think that's like so genius. And I've never read Carmela, so I never read the like original version, but I believe that when Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu first was publishing this book, it was published as like a serial in a magazine, and I think the way that he was also presenting it was as if it was a real story based on these documents that he discovered. So I feel like it's very meta in the sense that Carmen Marie Machado is taking that original idea and like twisting it to present this as if like a new discovery was found. I don't know, I just think that's interesting. I don't know if that's actually gonna be touched upon like at the ending of the book, but I think that's cool that the introduction is actually already part of the fiction of the story. I think, again, I could be totally wrong. That's just the way that I'm reading it because, again, I looked up all of these different names and people that she's talking about and nothing comes up. Also, the real name of the Carmela character that she's talking about is Marcia Marin. It says, according to Dr. Light, Carmela was in fact Marcia Marin, a young Spanish-Cuban aristocrat whose father sent her to Europe with her nursemaid. Well, Marcia Marin is an anagram for Carmen Maria. The levels of genius. I'm already kind of obsessed. So yeah, I'm going to start reading this. It's pretty short, so I feel like I could read it quickly. I guess it depends how the writing of the actual book is, but there are pictures inside, illustrations that are really nice. So I don't know, I'm excited. I feel like it's gonna be an interesting read. Okay, I'm a couple of chapters in, but I want to point out I did not read the blurbs on the back, but one of them says, Machado is both playfully reclaiming a story that was never stolen while also reclaiming a history that definitely was, the literary history of queer desire. So I think what I had said earlier is correct, like the correct understanding of what is happening, which I just think is really cool. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the sun to go down so I can read in the dark. So I think I'm going to watch a horror movie while I'm waiting for the sun to set, but I'm not sure what I want to watch. So I think I'm just gonna scroll through Netflix until I find something. Oh my god, I love Prom Night. Oh my god, I might have to watch this. Let me see what else there is. Ooh, The Ring. See, here's the question. Do I want to rewatch something that I love, or do I want to watch something new? This one, someone actually commented on my last vlog and recommended this movie. We'll do this. It's called Run Rabbit Run. Okay, I just finished. That movie was so dark. I don't know what I think of it. I think I liked it. It was just very dark and depressing. It's still freaking light out. Look at that. The sun is still out. It's 8:30. I just want it to be dark so I can finish this book. Okay, we're gonna watch another movie. I'm gonna watch Prom Night now. Little fun fact about me, Prom Night used to be my most rented movie from Blockbuster when I was a kid, or maybe when I was like an early teen, like 11 or 12. I was obsessed with Prom Night. I don't know what about it. I just loved it. When did this come out? 2008. So I was 12 when this came out, so that makes sense. But like, you've got Brittany Snow as this prom queen girl who's being stalked by one of her old teachers who was like obsessed with her. He murdered her whole family and went to prison, and now it's prom night and he has escaped from prison and he's coming after her. Then you also have Idris Elba, who is the police officer. It's such a good slasher. Oh, it's so good. Very cheesy, but like a fun time. Just look at that. Ugh, so iconic. Okay, you know what's actually like terrible about this movie? They made the crazy killer look like this. Look at him. Sick and twisted. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to root for that man. Like, I'm not supposed to root for him. Look at him. Okay, the movie's over, but I also have to add, one of the funniest things about this movie to me is the way that it ends. Literally all of her friends were murdered, her boyfriend murdered, everyone murdered, and it ends with this like fun prom montage of like everybody that died. It's just so funny to me. Ooh, this is kind of spooky. Oh, ooh, should I do it like that? Can you even see me? As you can see, it is dark. I have this little lantern thingy that I'm gonna use as my light source. But I'm gonna finish Briar Dark. I only have like 30 pages left. I'm totally unsure how it's gonna end. So let's go. Let's read in the dark. Oh, you know what? This actually works kind of well. This is what we got going on. It's actually not that bad. You guys, I'm getting really, really nervous because there are 5 pages left. And the book hasn't ended. It hasn't wrapped up. Things are still happening. Oh my god, what? How is this gonna end? Oh my god. Is this a series? Tell me this is not about to end on a cliffhanger. I have 2 pages left and the book is not over. And oh fuck no. Hell no! Don't tell me it's a series. Oh my god. You have got to be fucking kidding me. It's a series. Oh my god, it's a series and it ends on a cliffhanger. I'm gonna throw up. No! S.A. Harrion, how dare you? I just discovered something amazing. The very last page of the book has a password. And I was like, that's kind of weird. That has to mean something. I went to briardark.com and there's a spot to enter a password. Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna enter it. I'm nervous. Okay, look at that. Let me type it in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi. Oh god. What? I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm scared. Okay. It brought me to this post from one of the characters in the book. This is so freaking cool. This is a character from the book who made a vlog.
Oh, hello? You in there?
Hi.
This thing on?
Yes. Hello?
Bad joke. Bad joke. Not my fault. You're right.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Okay, I'm not gonna show all of it because I'm worried it's gonna spoil stuff for the book. But oh my god, there's like tons of posts on here. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night like looking through all of this. This is so cool. Okay, it's now day 6 of Summerween. I like almost immediately fell asleep last night. I was so tired. So I didn't update you guys about these 2 books that I finished yesterday. So I finished Carmela and Briar Dark. I'll start with Carmela. I really enjoyed this. Actually a lot more than I thought I was going to. So in case you don't know at all what Carmela is about, basically it is about this girl named Carmela who her mother leaves her to stay with this like random father and his daughter because she is recovering from some sort of illness and needs a place to like recoup and heal. So Carmela is staying with this father and daughter and develops a very close relationship and friendship with the daughter, who then starts having very weird things happening to her. Like she wakes up kind of with night terrors. She wakes up with like puncture marks in her chest. She's seeing things in the dark. Very weird things just start to happen ever since Carmela has come into their life. I really actually loved it as, you know, a piece of Gothic literature from the 1800s. I feel like it's a very interesting one to think about how it was probably received in the context when it was actually published in the late 1800s versus now, applying more of like a modern thought process to it. It's also cool, I think, to see the influences that this had on later vampire fiction. Obviously, like this came out before Dracula, which I think took a lot of inspiration from it. What I liked about this particular edition, Carmen Maria Machado added some context to things. For example, there was one particular scene where Carmela has a very standoffish reaction to people performing religious rites, and that was actually the first instance in literature of vampires having some sort of aversion to religious motifs. So I thought that was really interesting to just have that kind of like extra context to things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I do think, like, if I'm being critical about it, it could have been longer. It could have benefited from being longer. I think the ending really wrapped up very quickly, and I would have liked that to have been expanded a little bit. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I finally read it. And then Briar Dark. Oh shit, my camera battery is about to die. Okay, we will come back to Briar Dark. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I had to go swap my camera battery. Briar Dark by S.A. Harrion. Okay, I have a lot of thoughts about this book. Let me get comfy. I feel a little conflicted. I really enjoyed this. I think so far of everything that I've read during Summerween, which, like, let's be honest, Summerween has not been going super well for me. Everything has been under 3 stars except for Carmela and now this. So I'm giving this 4 stars. I think if you like The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher, if you like Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall, if you're a fan of the TV show Lost, like any of those vibes, if that is your thing, I think you will be into this. It's definitely more of a plot heavy book, more going on with like the mystery and the world of what's happening. I feel like the cosmic horror elements to this were so good. The critiques that I have for it, I feel like are more minor things. One of them being, I do feel like it was a little long and the pacing was off at times. I feel like it could have been a little bit tighter in the editing, where this like constant cycle of like something crazy would happen that would really grab my attention, and then it would start slowing down. I would start like losing interest, and then something crazy would happen that like sucked me back in, and then it would slow down. I would start losing interest and something else crazy would happen. And it was just like that constant throughout the entire book, where I really just feel like some really small editing could fix that. And then the second thing, the ending, okay? Ended in a way that I was sitting there thinking about it as I was falling asleep, and I was getting more and more annoyed. Not because it ended on a cliffhanger or because it's a series. That's fine. I actually, that is my own fault that I didn't know, because it literally says Briar Dark book 1 on the first page. I don't know, I guess I just missed that. But the ending did annoy me because it's not just that it ends on a cliffhanger, it's that it ends with no answers. You really get no answers to anything. You only get more questions. And that does make me a little bit nervous for the next book, because I feel like with this type of story where things are so weird and so unexplained, and stories that are cosmic, this happens a lot in TV shows that are like cosmic shows. You can tell when the writers do not know where the story is going, and they're just hoping they figure it out along the way, and they don't actually have the answers. And so the fact that we get no answers at the end of this book does make me nervous that maybe we didn't get answers because she doesn't have answers. I don't know. That could just be me. I am totally still going to pick up the sequel whenever that does come out, because I am invested, I am hooked in, I want to know what's happening. But I do think that the lack of answers at the end of this book was not what I was hoping for after reading this entire thing. But I do recommend it. I just feel like maybe I would recommend people to wait until the sequel's out. I don't know. So yeah, those are the books that I read yesterday, and I really enjoyed. Finally had some good reads during Summerween, because I've been struggling. Honestly, the past 2 months, I have been struggling so much with what I'm reading. Anyways, today I'm reading Hex by Thomas Old Hubelt. I've been wanting to read this the entire readathon, but I have been first in line on Libby for the audiobook for 2 weeks now. And whoever has that audiobook, they're on my shit list, because I've been waiting. Every single day I go in and I check, did they return the book? Do I have the book? And no, I don't. They still have it. Anyways, I ended up just buying the audiobook myself. I'm 80 pages in, It's quite a long book. Basically, this is about a town called Black Spring, and the town is being haunted by the Black Rock Witch. And everyone in the town knows about this witch. She is this witch ghost that is haunting the town, and she doesn't harm anybody. She just kind of shows up randomly. Like, you'll be in your house having dinner and she'll just be like standing in the corner. It's a big secret. They don't want people outside of the town to know about her, because anyone who moves to Black Spring then can't leave. No one in the town can leave. If they do leave, they get intense suicidal intentions that forces them to come back. So it's like a curse that's in the town. So they don't want anyone outside to know about it and come to the town and then also be cursed. And there's a lot of interesting things happening here. One being that they use this app called Hex to track the witch. So anytime there's like a witch sighting, they go into the app and they like mark the time and the location and what the witch is doing. So far, it kind of has like a humorous tone to everything that's going on. Like, it's not scary. It's like everything is kind of told in like a funny way. Like in one of the first chapters where we're meeting a bunch of the characters, we're following this one family and they're having dinner and the witch is like off in the corner. The witch never interacts with people. She's just there, and they don't want to look at her because she's creepy looking. Like, her eyes and her mouth are sewn shut. So they literally throw a dish towel over her head so they don't have to look at her while they're having dinner. I don't know. It's very interesting so far. I'm wondering if it's going to stay kind of like silly funny throughout the whole thing, or if it's gonna have like a shift at some point where things start turning into horror. But yeah, it's very, very unique so far. I can't think of anything I've read that is similar to this, because I think the idea that this town all collectively know about this witch is super interesting. So I am enjoying it so far. I'm curious to see like where it's gonna go. Tonight I am getting on some reading sprints with some friends, so I'm hoping that during that I can make a good dent into this. I am 150 pages into Hex now, and I am enjoying it. However, there's this like weird obsession that the author has with nipples. He keeps mentioning nipples. Like, it's been mentioned in this chapter that I'm on right now. The word nipple was mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in this one chapter. Her torn nipple. The wound split her nipple and blood was forming. The witch's hideous black nipple. The nipple on the soft, dead vaulting of her breast. Like, there's just a lot of imagery around breasts and nipples. This is what happens when you read a book by a man. Because why? Why is there so much talk about nipples? Okay, so I wasn't really feeling that book anymore for tonight, so I ended up switching to this book called The Inmate by Frida McFadden, and I'm already 25% into it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a super easy read. It's a thriller about this woman who is a nurse, and she starts working in a prison that is actually the prison where her ex-boyfriend is an inmate at, and she was responsible for putting him away. I don't know. I'm enjoying it so far. It's a very easy read, so I'm curious to see how the end is. I feel like that other book was kind of like putting me in a little bit of a slump. Like, it was just slow. I'm still gonna finish it, but I wasn't like very excited to pick it up tonight. I wanted something that was just like a little bit quicker and funner, and I feel like this one is going to be better. Okay. I am now 55% into The Inmate, and I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm getting really tired, but I'm still enjoying this book. I do feel like there is a lot that you have to like suspend your disbelief, because if you think about anything too hard, it all starts to unravel. But it's entertaining, it's enjoyable. I can see why people like this author. Actually, it's kind of reminding me of Riley Sager, just in the sense that it's like popcorn, entertaining, but like not super special or anything, but like I'm having a good time. I haven't been reading it for that long, and I'm already over halfway. It also, this book in particular, has like a little bit of dark romance vibes going on. She's in this prison with her ex-boyfriend, father of her son, who tried to murder her, and there's like a little bit of vibes going on. But since it's not a romance, I'm like, Riley, calm yourself, calm yourself. That's not where this book is going. Because if it was a dark romance, it would be going a very different direction than I think it is going. But yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now and finish this book in the morning. All right, so today is now the final day of Summerween. For the 2 books that I was reading yesterday, I finished both of them. I finished The Inmate by Frida McFadden, and I think I'm gonna give this one 3 stars. Like I said yesterday, it was very readable, very entertaining. I just do feel like I had to suspend so much of my disbelief in order to believe what was happening, because the main character was a gigantic idiot and nothing really made sense. But it kind of felt like, okay, I'm gonna say this and it's going to sound like an insult, but I mean this in a positive way. It reminds me of like those dramatic Lifetime movies where everything's just kind of like over the top and ridiculous and doesn't really make sense, but it's just entertaining. And I feel like that's all it's meant to be. So I did enjoy it. I think I would pick up another book from this author. And then I also finished Hex today, and I'm also giving this one 3 stars. I really loved the plot of this, the idea, the story. I just think it was too long. I feel like if this was like 100 pages shorter or even a novella length, it could have been 5 stars. It could have been so good, but it was too long. I found myself losing interest in the middle. The beginning was great, the end was great, but it was too long. I feel like I'm saying that for a lot of the books that I read this week. They're just too long. I feel like I really enjoy horror and thrillers that are shorter. Let's just like go over everything that I read in case you missed the other 2 vlogs or you've forgotten, because I've posted so many videos. I read 9 books this week. So I'm gonna give all of these 3 ratings. An overall star rating, a rating for like spooky, scary, and then a rating for entertainment. Carmela, overall, 4 stars. I think entertainment, I would also give 4 stars. Spooky, scary, more like 2. Tender as the Flesh, overall, 2 stars. Entertainment, 1 star. Spooky Scary, 5 stars. I hated this book, but it was so disturbing. The Inmate by Frida McFadden, overall 3 stars. Entertainment, more like 4 stars. And then Spooky Scary, 1 star. Briar Dark by S.A. Harrion, I would give this one overall 4 stars. Entertainment, 4 stars. And Spooky Scary, 4 stars. So just 4 stars all across the board. The Sacrifice by Rin Shipeko, overall 3 stars. Entertainment, 3 stars. Spooky Scary, 4 stars. Hex, overall 3 stars. Entertainment, 3 stars. Spooky Scary, 3 stars. Man-Made Monsters, overall I would give this one a 3 stars. Entertainment, also 3 stars because, like I said, it was very hit or miss with the stories. Spooky Scary, I would give it 4 stars. There were like stories in here that actually really freaked me out. Home Before Dark, overall 3 stars. Entertainment, 4 stars. Spooky Scary, 2 stars. And then lastly, Ghost Eaters, overall 2 stars. Entertainment, 3 stars. Spooky Scary, I would do like 3.5. So I did not find a 5-star book. And I only have 1 book left on my original Summerween TBR that I have not read, which is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. So I'm actually going to continue Summerween for an extra day and read this book and vlog it on my Patreon. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts for this book and continuing the Summerween festivities, you can join my Patreon. I am very hopeful that this will be a 5-star. I'm really hoping that this one hits the way that I want it to. But thank you all for watching and following me on this Summerween journey. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a little ghost emoji in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!